We have seen the South African rand at a 3-year downtrend recently, as the country's current account deficit narrowed less than expected in the third quarter. Today I'm joined by Cairns from RNB to tell us more. John, walk us through the main factors that are affecting the currency at the moment.
As you mentioned, the poor state of the current account balance is certainly weighing on the rand at the moment. But through this year also we've had the pressure coming from the very strong dollar. So just like all currencies in the world, the rand's come under pressure as euro dollar has moved downwards. South Africa, of course, has still got its own challenges. Growth is very weak. The political situation is a little fragile. The imbalances both on the fiscal accounts and on the current accounts are large.
John, South Africa's inflation rate fell today to 5.8% in November, staying inside the central bank's target band for a third month. Now, do you think inflation will ease further in the new year?
Yeah, we at Rand Merchant Bank think inflation should come off quite sharply in the new year. Just like everywhere else in the world, it's a story about oil. Our petrol prices here are tied directly to the dollar oil price and the exchange rate. So the weakness in the rand does offset somewhat, but the sharp fall in oil will definitely reduce domestic fuel prices. On top of that, we've had global food prices that have come off, reducing food price inflation. So from the 5.8% figure for November that you mentioned, we could be going down to the low 4s and even below 4% by April, May 2015.
John, what sort of tone are you expecting to see at the next rate decision on January the 29th? And when are you expecting action from the central bank?
Yeah, look, it's again going to be a tough call. The Reserve Bank's own inflation forecasts show inflation remaining within the band, and with a very weak growth outlook, they've been very reluctant to hike rates. However, the most recent run in the rand from 11 up to that post-2008 high up at 11.56 has surely put the pressure back on the Reserve Bank. And the Reserve Bank doesn't target the rand, but of course the weaker rand does impinge on the inflation outlook, and they must worry about financial market stability. And if we think back, it was in January when they hiked 50 basis points, and that was a direct reaction to what was then the weak rand on the tapering concerns from the Fed. So the Reserve Bank still remains in a tough position. They know they have to hike rates. They know they have to normalize rates, by which they mean a slow, steady increase in rates. But they've got to trade that off against very weak growth. And so each meeting becomes a very tough call. Our view at the moment at Rand Merchant Bank is that there will be no rate hike in the early part of next year because of that fall in inflation. But there is definitely scope for perhaps another 2 hikes of 25 basis points towards the end of the year.
John, a pleasure talking to you today. I'm sure we'll talk again in the near future. While viewers, do stay tuned as we have plenty more heading your way on Dukascopy TV today. See you soon.